Summer Series Part 7, All the Everything Podcast.
Woo woo!
Tim, what is going on, sir?
Oh man, it sounds like I'm wearing the same clothes as we were doing before. We're doing back-to-back recording.
Back to back. All right.
Back to life. Back. Oh, sorry. Anything with the word back into it, we're going for it.
Baby got back.
Baby got back.
Wow.
Oh, you funny man, you.
Oh,
Baby
man.
does got back, by the way. Yeah, so we're continuing our summer series, plowing along. We got a great one today, and
Yes.
I think a one that people can remember will bring some nostalgia, maybe. I think, and some good times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not much has happened since last time we
talked. Not much has happened since an hour ago since we've recorded our last one. So I guess let's just get into it, huh?
Yeah, I know. Like, let's pump them up. It's gonna be good. You're gonna love it.
It's gonna be good.
You're gonna go crazy. It's just gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. With all that out. Gosh, I really hope they liked the episode after that big pump up. Let's hit them with it, Billy.
Let's do it.
Well, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Are you ready, my friend?
You better believe it. Let's get into all the everything, y'all.
All the everything, we've got it all. We've got it all, small, big or tall. So grab your snacks, sit back, don't stress. Cause Tim and Billy talk about the randomness. Information prone to UFOs will take you where the weirdness goes. It's two guys talking way too loud about stuff that makes no sense, but we're kinda proud.
Well, welcome back to yet another amazing episode of All the Everything Podcast. As always, I'm one of your co-hosts, Tim Sawhook, and I'm joined by the best in the biz, the man in the movies, the guy who's illegally recording and selling them online. Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Parchman.
No, sir.
Just kidding. He doesn't sell them online.
Have you ever bought a bootleg DVD? Have you?
I've never bought one, but I've downloaded one online.
We had these guys when I used to work at Hibbett Sports. We had this guy that would come in and sell bootleg DVDs, and I bought a Star Wars one before it came out. It was after it was out of the movies, but before it came out on DVD. Oh man, that was horrible.
How was it? It was bad. It was bad.
It's a waste of money.
Did he do all the voice acting himself?
Just so shaky. Oh man, but yeah, nope. I support the people that put the time and effort in, and I do not. Now I did have a Napster account when I was in high school.
Who didn't?
Right.
Then it moved on the LimeWire.
Yeah.
For more downloading. I mean,
so can't tell you how many viruses that old computer had.
Oh yeah, so many.
so
many. It was more virus than computer. So.
But speaking of movies, today we have an awesome episode for you, and we're taking it to something we love and we've talked about before, but this time we're focusing on those summer blockbusters for our summer series. You know, those big event type movies that you look forward to every summer. So Tim and I are going to be counting down our personal top 5 summer blockbuster movies.
Yeah, these may cross over because we don't always like to tell each other.
Yeah, I have no idea what his 5 are. They could be exactly the same 5, and that would be a weird show.
that would be epic. We would have a lot to talk about. If you Google and you go through and look for there's a massive list of blockbuster movies from summer. I tried to pare it down to some of the best ones. I mean, it's hard. There's so many different ones over the years, but these are our top 5. Not only are we going to talk about our top 5 movies, but we're going to talk about our snacks that we have at the movies.
Oh, come on now.
Because it's all about the snacks.
Absolutely.
But before we get into the snacks and all the food, because I'm already hungry, let's get into the movie. So, Billy, I'm going to kick it off first.
Yes, sir.
Just in case, so I can steal your thunder. My number 5 movie came out in 2022, and that is Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh, okay.
Top Gun Maverick. So, Coming in a hot number 5, this is a film that brought back high-flying, chest-thumping, G-force gripping action.
That's right.
Top Gun Maverick. Now, what some things about it is Tom Cruise actually flew those jets. No green screen. I mean, that boy's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, all the actors, they had to go through real Navy flight training to survive filming.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them legit passed out during a high G maneuver.
Oh, yeah.
But the fun fact about it, and I thought it was a really cool thing, and you'll hear this said that Cruise delayed the movie's release like multiple times to make sure it hit theaters and not streaming.
Yep.
And it paid off because they did nearly $1.5 billion worldwide.
It was huge.
And that's why they call it mission accomplished. And I mean, I've heard this said like 1,000 times that Tom Cruise saved the movie industry. He saved the movie theater going experience because that was the one that started really bringing people back to the theaters again. Did you see it in the theaters?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was so good. So good.
And Tom, you know, personal views aside, in his real life, whatever.
Yes.
That man is dedicated to give his all in every movie that he makes. He does his own stunts. You know, he sacrificed his own leg in a stunt.
Yeah, I saw that.
In Mission Impossible, where he was jumping across roofs and he shattered it. But guess what? He finished the take with a broken leg, just kind of hobbling off screen.
Yeah. Again, outside personal politics of his life, he's an amazing actor.
Oh,
he goes all out. Maverick delivered so much. Like it's almost better than the original Top Gun. Like,
oh, I loved it. And I remember, Miles was doing an interview, Miles Teller, and he was saying that you know, they had to do blood work after all this training and stuff, and he legit in his blood system had like jet fuel in his blood. It's just like how much they were flying. And yeah,
are you serious?
It's insane.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. So it was fun. I heard that there's another one coming out actually.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Or in the works or something. So.
But
yeah, that was my number 5. It was great. Everybody loved it. It's hard to beat the whole high flying action movies, and Tom Cruise did it again. So
I kind of want to watch that now. Like I might watch that tonight.
Me too. Tonight we're both watching Maverick. Deal?
Yep, Maverick. There you go.
Pinky swear. Lock
pinky
it
swear.
in.
Boom.
All right. I think our pinkies weren't even aligned, but still. Emotionally, I know we locked pinkies.
That's right.
So we're good.
That's right. Oh,
all right.
So for my number
sir?
5, okay, now my picks are not in any kind of order. Well, actually, they are in order. They're in the order based off the year that they came. I couldn't rank them. They're my top 5, but I couldn't like, okay, this one over this one. So I'm just going to start with the earliest that came out, and these movies are the ones that spoke to me the most. Going to see him in the theaters during the summer break, like this is the ones that were nostalgic to me. So some of the big epic like blockbusters like in the 80s, I don't have on my list because I was too young to see in the theaters. And I'm going to start off with the first huge blockbuster that I remember that was one of those movies that is just iconic. And that I remember sitting in the seat and watching it and being just amazed. So for my first one, this comes out in 1993, that classic Jurassic Park.
Oh. Epic.
So this was released on June 11th, 1993.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those defining summer blockbuster movies. And so just to kind of give you a couple of just like super fun facts about this movie, because most likely you have all seen it. And if you haven't, dinosaurs in a theme park, they break loose.
What could go wrong?
You know, chaos ensues. So there you go.
Hold on to your butts.
There you go. Hold on to your butts. So Jurassic Park was the highest grossing film of all time up until Titanic surpassed it in 1997. It brought in over $1 billion across the original and re-release box office runs. It was really that first movie that actually used some like legit CGI in the movie, like in a way that actually was kind of believable, right? So This movie contained about 6 minutes of CGI throughout the whole film, which is kind of crazy. And nowadays, and the new Jurassic World is coming out as of this physically recording. When you listen to it, it will be out, but tomorrow it comes out tomorrow. But yeah, most of this was done with practical animatronics.
And some big puppets, right?
Yeah, just big puppets, animatronics. Yeah. The full size T-Rex was 40 feet long, weighed over 12,000 pounds, and was a diva. And what I mean by that was
a diva.
Yeah, this thing was like a big robot, and it would malfunction just randomly, like when it got wet, and so it would just be sitting there completely off, and it would just come to life when it wasn't supposed to, and it would scare everyone. And it even got Steven Spielberg one time, just like you're just like standing there, and all of a sudden it just comes to life. And could you just imagine?
No, I could not imagine.
That would be hilarious. Also, one of the really cool facts that I thought was funny about Jurassic Park was the T-Rex's roar was a mixture of sounds from different animals, which included like a baby elephant, a lion, and even some alligators breathing. But the velociraptors, those sounds were made by tortoises getting it on. That's right. Some mating tortoises.
Are you serious?
Was the sounds that the raptors make in the movie, and I'm not kidding.
All right. I mean, life finds a way, as they say, right?
Life finds a way. That's right. The circle of life, which I guess applies to this movie as well. We've talked about Jeff Goldblum on this show before, and the quirkiness of this man. He's a national treasure. I love Jeff Goldblum, and some of the lines that he improvised, like "life finds a way." That was not in the script. That was him. It's just magic, and
I loved him in that movie.
I just love watching him. It's just like we watched Wicked last night, and
how'd you like it?
It was good. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it better in the theater.
Same.
But it was really good. The girls wanted to watch it, and so he's the wizard in that movie. So
he does such a good job in that.
He does a really good job. But yeah, that's just some of the really cool little highlights of Jurassic Park. My number 5.
Good pick. All right, so I'm doing some side work here because I had another movie, and I'm gonna have to put it right into my notes because Jurassic Park was one of my movies as well.
Oh no! No!
Thanks for nothing, Billy.
Oh man!
But you know what?
Pivot.
We're good friends, so I'm not gonna take it personally. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Like, we're adults. I'm not gonna freak out and go crazy and delete all the recordings. That's what I do at night. I got mad at you one day.
That's what happened. You got mad at me and deleted it.
What I did is I heard you say Alabama, and I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, you know what?
Hear that Roll Tide one more time.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll you off the Tide. Yeah. Number 4 on my list. Again, these aren't really necessarily my top 5.
Sure.
I took what I thought were some of the top 5 best ones of all time.
Okay, I got you.
I threw in here. So number 4 for me is the year 2012 is the original The Avengers.
Okay.
Yeah. So at number 4, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, as we all love them, assembled, and the entire world showed up for it. So The Avengers was the payoff of 5 years of Marvel doing what they do best, building it up to big, exciting thing. And it delivered with Hulk smashes, swarm of jokes, Loki getting body slammed by a giant green rage monster.
Puny God.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I love that scene so much. But the fact of this was like this was the first Marvel film to cross the $1 billion mark, which is kind of hard to imagine after all the $1 billion marks they hit further down the road with that series. Yeah. In the iconic circle shot of the team back to back in New York, they're all standing together. That was actually shot in a digital set in a parking lot. That's how they filmed it right there. But movie magic, baby. They pulled it all together. The total global haul for this movie was 1.5 billion with a big old capital B. So that was like the beginning there, and they just slowly built into some of the best movies of all time. But
oh man,
now I didn't see. Like, see, me and Luke, we used to go back and watch all the Marvel movies together in the theater. I didn't see this one in the theater. I know, like, we've seen the other ones. For some reason, we missed it in the theater for, I don't even know why. But it's one of the most classic ones. It's when you start to see the alien invasion and so many cool moments in the movie. I'm not going to get into everything, but yeah, I loved Avengers, the original. What about you?
Oh man, that one, yeah, fantastic. That's a great pick. Marvel's got a very special place in my heart. Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to, in a couple of weeks, Fantastic Four.
What are you feeling about that, by the way?
Well, I am so excited for Superman. My whole focus has been on Superman, which comes out 2 weeks before Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I'll see it next week. Next week at this time, on the 8th. I will be headed to Birmingham. We have a babysitter. We have these special seats that actually recline, and they bring you food to your seat. We're going to the fancy theater. Like, we don't have those kind of fancy theaters here in Tuscaloosa.
Ooh, you fancy.
Yeah, we're going all out for Superman. Now, I will say this, and I've told Tim this story before. Superman Returns in 2006. I had a countdown on my computer for well over a year. Every single day I followed the blogs about this movie. I don't know if I could have been more excited about a Superman movie. And then I go to see it, and it is horrible. I hated it. It was so disappointing. And so there's always been a guard put up when do Superman content, because Superman is a special movie to my heart. Like, he's a special hero to me. But I am I'm hyping myself up too much, but I'm a huge James Gunn fan. Guardians of the Galaxy is some of my favorite movies of all time. And so I'm very hopeful. And from what I can tell, it's very comic booky, which I'm really excited about. And so hopefully we'll see after next week when we start recording. I'll let you know what I thought about it. But I'm been so focused on Superman. But as soon as I see that Fantastic Four, I've already got my outfit picked out for that movie. I'm super excited.
What is your outfit? What are you dressing up as?
Well, I have a Fantastic Four cap, and so I'll match it with some of that Fantastic Four blue, and just go for it. But yeah, I'm excited. But like I said, I've been really focused on Superman. But kind of to bring y'all into my number 4 movie, releasing on July 3rd, 1996, the day before the 4th of July. We're bringing it back to one of the most iconic movies of the summer, Independence Day, starring Will Smith. Did I steal another one of yours?
You can go right to hell. All right? Because that was my backup one to cover up from Jurassic Park. So now I got to be working off screen here for a moment.
Okay.
You go for it.
Yep. All right. So Independence Day is one of those movies, when you think of summer, it's this alien invasion. And, they're marketing.
Excellent movie.
If you remember that, it was the teaser trailer was the White House like blowing up. Right. Yeah. And so that was like one of the most iconic scenes and stuff. And so that just kind of paved the way to like this massive like marketing campaign. This film was the highest grossing film of 1996 with over $817 million worldwide, which I'm sure would be over $1 billion in today's money.
Oh, for sure.
And you also got to think that ticket prices back in the mid 90s were not like, for me to take
that's a good point.
My family went and saw Lilo and Stitch the other day and spent over $40 just on a matinee for 4 people. Like,
oh my gosh,
like 40 something bucks, like to go see a movie. Like back in the day,
food?
No, that doesn't. I spent another $60 on food. But back in the day, you were seeing like nighttime movies for $5, if that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the amount of money that the butts in the seat were a lot higher back then, just to say that. Yeah. So, this was Will Smith's breakout role before all the controversy. This, most people knew him from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air before that, but this kind of really launched him into being a movie star, Men in Black and all the different things. And
all the action stuff. Yeah.
Messes it up later. 30 years later.
Slap around the world.
That's right. But this also featured Jeff Goldblum. But Jeffrey was a big part of this movie as well. And it was shot in only 72 days.
Was it really?
Yep. It was filmed very quickly for a project this big. And then also something really cool. Area 51 was a last-minute add-on. The filmmakers added Area 51 into the script after the U.S. government refused to cooperate once they read that Area 51 was mentioned in the movie. So that just made it even more juicy.
I like that.
Yeah, Area 51, y'all. But today we celebrate our Independence Day. There you go, Bill. Bill Pullman.
And we got the Independence Day coming up.
That's right. Just a couple of days. By the time you listen to this, we've already celebrated America's birthday. But hopefully you watched Independence Day. All right. So did you find a replacement? Or
I did. I am currently replacing it in the notes right now. So just bear with me for a second. And I do have a replacement. Now, God help me if this is on your list too. I just give up. I just give up and just call it a day. And I can only just do what I can do. Pivot. Yeah. So let me move on. What I have for, I guess this is my number 3, right?
Yep, number 3.
Number 3 is an amazing film that came out in the year 2008, and it was one of the most epic movies at the time that everybody remembers and loves, and that is The Dark Knight.
I'm going to keep it. I'm not changing.
It's still yours too.
Yep. That's okay.
I mean, why so serious, Billy? Why so serious?
Why so serious?
It cuts up my face.
Let me put a smile on that face.
That movie was so good. So, excuse me, because The Dark Knight wasn't just a superhero movie; it was a full-blown cultural earthquake, as they say. Mm-hmm. Christopher Nolan didn't just make a Batman film. Batman, though, he redefined what a comic book movie could be: smart, intense, morally complex, and grounded in a terrifying version of reality. And then there's Heath Ledger.
Yep.
His portrayal of Joker was not just iconic, it was transformative, unpredictable, chaotic, disturbing. He created a villain that felt real, like someone you might run into at 3 a.m. in a gas station bathroom.
Oh, come on.
You just slowly back away and pray.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, let's talk about, like, if R.I.P. Heath Ledger, if he had not died, he would have been the Batman or the Joker for the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that performance of him was just unreal.
Iconic.
So, let me give you some fun facts, Billy. You ready for those?
Well, you better not steal any of my fun facts.
No. Your fun facts may not be that fun. Ledger famously locked himself in a hotel room for 6 weeks before filming began to develop the Joker's mannerisms, voice, and philosophy. He kept the Joker diary. Did you know that?
I did know that, actually, sir.
Filled with disturbing thoughts, quotes like "kill the Batman," and clippings of hyenas, clowns, and Alex from from Clockwork Orange. He even signed it bye-bye on the last page. And then there's the infamous pencil trick. Totally practical, no CGI. A stuntman slammed his head into the desk to fake the disappearance. Nolan's role said, if it can't be done for real, we're not doing it for real. Did you know about that too?
I did know that, yeah.
Oh, Billy, I guess you just know everything.
I
The semi-truck flip in the big chase scene, real. No miniatures, no digital effects. They used a piston rig underneath a full-size 18-wheeler and flipped it in downtown Chicago. Nolan had one shot to get it right, and he nailed it.
Good.
The movie is one of the first major blockbusters to shoot scenes in full IMAX. That opening bank heist shot with a massive, unwieldy camera that cost $500,000 just to rent. And one of those cameras, they broke in filming during a car crash. Oops.
Oopsie daisy.
And then Christian Bale's Batman voice got a ton of attention and criticism at the time. But it was a deliberate choice to make Bruce Wayne sound completely distinct when he dons the cowl. Bale reportedly lost his voice several times during filming because of how growly and intense it was. And it was that was different for a Batman. Like, that was a thing.
Right.
And actually Batman's after that also kind of did that voice a little bit to that extent. They all kind of ramped up their voice to sound different. And of course, The Dark Knight made over $1 billion worldwide, setting a new standard for superhero films. It's widely credited with pushing the Academy to expand the Best Picture category from 5 to 10 nominees, because when it didn't get nominated, people lost their freaking minds. So The Dark Knight wasn't just a hit. It became the blueprint for the modern serious superhero movie, from its gritty realism to Hans Zimmer's pulse-pounding score that unforgettable line, someone just watched the world burn, and it changed everything. In Ledger's posthumous Oscar win, that was history in the making. It wasn't just deserved, it was destiny, as they say. And he definitely should have won the Oscar for that, for sure. So anyhow, Dark Knight, a flippin' amazing movie. Now I'm like, so watch Dark Knight tonight or Maverick?
I'm staying with Maverick because I was pretty amped with it. But all right, so since you are talking about Batman or The Dark Knight, I will go ahead and, since this is one of mine as well, and jump ahead chronologically. And so so that was also on my top 5 all-time summer blockbuster hits. And kind of like you were talking about, Heath Ledger winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He's one of 2 actors to ever win an Oscar for a superhero film. The other, do you know who it was?
Is it Robert Downey Jr.?
It was not.
Who was it?
I'll give you a little hint. Same character, different person.
Oh.
No,
okay.
It is Joaquin Phoenix from The Joker. He's the other person that won an Academy Award for superhero.
Oh,
film.
I thought you were talking about other Batman who won it. Okay.
Joker.
Okay.
Yeah,
Joker.
So
amazing movie.
The 2 superhero Academy Awards for actors that ever won, both the Jokers, Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix. What was so funny, one of the funniest moments, we quote this all the time. So when me and Michelle went and saw this movie, this is when they still did actual midnight showings. Like, it didn't come out like it, earlier, like the day before, like earlier in the day. This was, you had to be there at midnight, and that's when they showed it, and everybody was, it was a spectacle. And
I bet.
And so we were in Louisville, Kentucky, and it was midnight showing. This was before we had kids and everything, so it was easy to go out and do that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember sitting in the auditorium waiting for the movie, packed. There's nowhere to sit. And then he walks in, Batman. And I'm talking full Batman, top to bottom, movie quality Batman, like,
wow,
phenomenal. And this was not like somebody they brought in to to this was not somebody they brought in to be like, oh, Batman's here. This was somebody that dressed up as Batman to watch this movie. And so he came into the auditorium, was nowhere to sit. And so everybody's, of course, all eyes are on him as he's walking back down to go to another theater, because the way that this worked is they had several theaters and you just kind of walked to the closest one that you can get, find a seat kind of thing. And so as he's walking down the stairs to leave to go to another auditorium, he just looks at the crowd and goes, I should have got here earlier.
That's hilarious.
We say that all the time. It was that is why I wanted to put this movie, because like I said, this summer blockbusters are like, going to the theater is something special for me, at least. And this is one of those movie theater moments that just stay with me. And so that's why I wanted to put The Dark Knight on my list.
I love it. That's good. You guys do that every time you go to a restaurant.
Should have got here earlier.
Yep, exactly. That is like a daily quote for us.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Yep.
All right. Is it back to me then? That quickly?
It's back to you. Let's see which one you're going to steal of mine. I got two more left.
All right. Got two more left. So this was one of the ones that everybody knows when you hear dun 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 dun. 1975, the release of Jaws, and it was my number one I had on my list. It's the one that started it all, Jaws. This movie just didn't scare people out of the water. It invented the summer blockbuster. Like, this is the one that really was like the summer blockbuster. Before Jaws, summer was the movie industry's really slow season. So this is like the one that they really say brought everything back as a summer blockbuster, or started it that way. One of the fun facts, the Mechanical Shark name. Do you know what the name was from Mechanical Shark?
I don't. I probably have heard it. Like it sounds familiar, but I don't remember what it was.
So the Mechanical Shark's name is Bruce. And Bruce broke constantly. So Spielberg shot around it using music, camera angles to build suspense, and that's why the shark doesn't show up in full until an hour in, and that made it even scarier. Yeah. The two-note theme composed in a single day. The film grossed over $470 million in the 70s, which guess how much it would be today?
What is that? Tell me.
$2 billion.
Come on now.
Adjusted for inflation. Like that's crazy. And as they say, the rest is movie history. Yep. I was just watching Jaws the other day. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it is so good. Like the suspense that he built with it, with the shark, and you don't even see it for a long time. A matter of fact, the shark actually broke and sunk to the bottom of the lake ocean area where they were working.
I wonder if they called the shark in Nemo Bruce because of Jaws. I wonder.
Oh, that's a good tie-in, Bill.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to have to look that up, actually.
Oh, man. Yeah. And we've said this many times. A majority of these movies that we're talking about, the composer of this music, the dun-dun, dun-dun, the one, the only, one of my favorite people on the face of the planet, Mr. John Williams. Come on now.
You're going to say me.
Oh, you're on the list, but...
No. As a matter of fact, Billy brought up that we will probably do an episode on John Williams.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we're going to list all the films and you're going to be blown away. You're like, he did that one too, and that one, and that one, and that one. The guy's a genius.
Jeez Louise. But
come on. When you watch it, it's like classic 70s, like the outfits I really love, and the people and the acting and the town and everything. But it's a really fun movie. It was a really scary movie when it first came out. Now, the other follow-up Jaws movies were completely ridiculously. They were so stupid. But yeah, them chasing down I think one of the biggest quotes is, "We're going to need a bigger boat." When he sees them for the first time. But yeah. So Jaws, love it. It's just a good classic, and like I said, it was like the one that started the summer blockbusters. So Next time you're alone in the water, just think, donut,
What's underneath you?
donut. Yeah, that's one of the right. Speaking of, Leslie's in Jamaica right now with Lauren, and she said she went out at Sandals, Jamaica. They have these big yellow, like tied down, like platforms where you can swim out to and lay, and they're kind of like springy. She said she was walking out, and they were kind of walking through like this muddy ground. All of a sudden, she felt two things wrap around her legs and started stinging her legs. And Lauren was like telling me on the phone, she's like, "Yeah, Mom was just like all calm, like I think there's something on my legs." And she's like, "Get out of the water!" So she has like these.
Was it a jellyfish?
They don't know what it was, but it's something that was stung on them, and they found out like if you go in the hot tub, it kind of helps subside the pain. But she sent me,
or you can pee on it. Did they pee on it? They should pee on it.
I mean, when she gets home in a couple of days, I'll just pee on her leg out of nowhere. Hey, babe, come here for a second.
Do you remember on Friends? Did you ever see that?
Oh, of course. Oh.
So I peed on her. I'll pee on you too.
I pee on you too. Yeah, classic like for thing. So I had to tell you that about I'm always creeped out going into the water for weird stuff. Matter of fact, at Castaway Cay, we were down at Serenity Bay, the adults area, and we had like an underwater camera. I was taking pictures, and unbeknownst to me, there was a barracuda in the water, like right next to us. And after I saw the picture, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm never going out there, ever."
Oh man, I love that beach though. That's one of my favorite beaches of all time.
Serenity Bay.
Serenity Bay. Come on now. Oh, love it.
Yeah, the barbecue, everything. Yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there in just a couple of weeks.
So good.
Yes,
I think we should actually kind of name this podcast, rename it Off Topic, because we're just
we're just going off topic. So let's reel that back in, y'all.
Reel it back in. I see what you do, Jaws.
Yep, there you
go.
Reel it in. Yep. Not only I'm going to take you from the water.
Where we're going next?
We're going to space, y'all. 1998. July 1st, this movie, which is actually today is July 1st when we're recording this. So it's anniversary. Don't want to miss the yeah. Armageddon, y'all.
Armageddon, great movie.
Oh my gosh. So this one starred Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, Michael Clark Duncan. Oh, sweet Michael Clark.
Oh.
R.I.P. But they had to undergo real life astronaut training for this movie,
did they really?
which is super cool. And they used real life NASA footage and technology in this movie, which also included the mission control staff in the movie was real life mission control. As background, cool. As background extras, which I think is super, super cool. Another fun fact with NASA, like real life NASA, they use Armageddon with all of their new trainees. And so what they say, so basically this, they said this is bad science. They make them watch Armageddon and they said, okay, I want you to watch this and you're going to have to identify all the bad science that happened in this movie, things that are just not real. And so there's 168 different errors, according to some folks, that you can find of not being accurately portrayed. But so they use this movie
that's crazy
as a training thing for some folks. But yeah, another really fun thing I remember, like I said, all of the movies that I'm presenting are ones that I remember that made a mark when I went and saw them in the movie theater.
Yeah.
This same summer, this was the summer of like asteroids destroying the Earth, because another big summer movie that came out was Deep Impact.
Oh yeah.
And that one didn't make as much money as Armageddon. Armageddon was just, it's one of those movies that like it was a summer movie, like a summer blockbuster. And so that's kind of why it took the cape for me for my list. But yeah, Armageddon.
Also, something that happened in July of 1998. Actually, on July 17th is when Leslie and I got married. So, just throwing it back to then.
Did you dance to some Aerosmith, which, by the way, was their only #1 hit? Don't Want to Miss a Thing, which was the featured song.
Yep. No, we didn't. I don't think we danced to Aerosmith that song. We danced to a lot of fun songs that night, but yeah, I had to throw that out. So it's actually our 27th wedding anniversary coming up in 16 days.
Wow.
Oh, I mean, I better get a gift. I just thought about that.
Yeah, you got to get on that, man. All right, so are you going to steal my last one? What is your last movie? Your #1?
Well, this one came out in 1984, so I doubt
good.
This is yours.
Yeah, this is pre-Billy. So, I mean, I was alive then, but a 1-year-old can't really experience the theater.
What?
And remember
now. I did not see this in the theater because I think at that point, let's see, I would have been 9. And I think we were too poor to go to the movies, actually. Or I probably wasn't being allowed to go to this movie. I don't even know what this thing was rated, to be honest with you. Anyhow, I'll give you one hint, Billy.
Okay.
Who you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
It's Ghostbusters.
Who you going to call?
Who sang the song?
Roy Parker Jr.
False.
Is that right?
Ray Parker Jr.
Dang it, one letter, man.
You were so close.
Freaking
so close. I gave you a chance and you blew it.
Blew it. Ray. Come on, Ray.
Ray. You know, it's all the same thing. So we've got the supernatural slime-filled classic that taught us busting makes us feel real good. Wow, that didn't sound right. Ghostbusters. Let me hold on. Let me
What just happened?
In the song is that Buster makes you feel real good. I wonder what that song was about now. Anyhow, Ghostbusters. So, this movie wasn't just a hit, it was a phenomenon. A genre-bending, quote-generating, proton-pack wearing masterpiece that mixed comedy, horror, sci-fi, and just the right amount of 80s weird all wrapped up in the thing. So here's the setup. 3 eccentric scientists get booted from their cushy university jobs. So what do? They start a ghost hunting business, right? Oh, why would you not? They set up in an old firehouse in New York, and then in city from an ancient Sumerian god named Gozer and a 100-foot marshmallow mascot gone rogue. Everyone knows the stuff. What is a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Yeah, Marshmallow Man. Yep.
Why am I all about my hands today? I'm like all over the place. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
That's right.
Busted makes me feel so good.
So good.
All right. Let me.
Oh man,
that's a shirt I'm going to get Leslie for our anniversary. But makes us feel so good. Okay. Here's a fun fact. The script was originally wildly different. Did you know this? Dan Aykroyd's original script took place in space and featured multiple Ghostbuster teams flying ghosts across dimensions. It would have cost hundreds of millions, and this was in the early 80s. So director Ivan Reitman was like, cool idea, Dan, but let's bring it to Earth, literally. So he brought in Harold Ramis to rewrite it, and it's what we know now. Ghost in New York, budget-friendly, still insane, and way funnier. Another fun fact, Bill Murray was basically freestyling the entire time. A huge portion of Murray's lines, does that really surprise you, were improvised on set. Reitman would just roll camera, let him go, that dry, sarcastic, back off, man, I'm a scientist energy, 100% classic Murray magic. Another fun fact, breaking anything, another fun fact, the Marshmallow Man was a last-minute stroke of genius. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, arguably one of the most bizarre third-act villains ever, was originally just a throwaway line in the script. But Aykroyd insisted it stay, and the crew built multiple giant foam suits in miniature sets to bring them to life.
Nice.
And yes, when he explodes at the end, the goo raining down on everyone was actually shaving cream. Over 500 gallons of it, actually. Now, Slimer equals John Belushi tribute. The green blob of chaos we all love, Slimer was modeled after John Belushi, Aykroyd's former Blues Brothers co-star and best friend, who passed away before the film was made. They referred to him on the set as the ghost of Belushi. Did not know that. And then one of my final fun facts here, the theme song was almost a lawsuit. Ray Parker Jr.'s iconic Ghostbusters theme, he only had a few days to write it. He cranked out in a single night, but the bass line was so close to Huey Lewis's I Want a New Drug, it sparked a lawsuit, which was settled out of court. Nobody knows what it was settled for. Still, that call and response chorus, unstoppable. You know it. You sang it. And I sang it when I was little. I play it for Halloween every year. It's on the playlist. Everybody loves it. I mean, if there was a time there where people would yell, "Who you gonna call?" and
That's
everyone would just say, "Ghostbusters." As a matter of fact, I think Ray Parker Jr. made it on the Cosby Show at one point and did a little "Who you gonna call?"
Who you gonna call? Yep,
the police from Bill Cosby. And no, so back in 1984, it made $295 million. So that's nearly $900 million in today's money. It was the highest grossing comedy of all time back then, and basically invented movie franchise for grown-ups. Lunchboxes, Halloween costumes, slime, action figures, breakfast cereal, a Saturday morning cartoon. That's Ghostbusters back in the day. I do remember all those things. I remember the lunchboxes, the Halloween costume.
Oh, yeah.
The slime. I remember the cartoon in the Saturday morning. Do you remember that?
Absolutely. I watched that. Yeah.
Yep. So it was pretty fun. But yeah. So that's my final one. I didn't think that was my backup one I had to grab when you were shuffling me around with all the different movies. So anyhow, but classic movie. When you watch it today, like the CGI is so horrible.
So bad.
Like when there's like demon dogs chasing people, you're like, oh my gosh, this is pathetic. But it is what it was. It was 1984.
Hey,
so.
back then it was awesome.
It was awesome. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know what? Let me reverse that. It was amazing. And
that's right. When somebody asks if you're a god, you say yes.
Hey, listen, you're never gonna ever forget that song from Roy Parker Jr.
Roy Parker. Ray. Oh my gosh.
All right, Billy, what's your final one?
So for my final one, and this should come to no surprise to my friends out there, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, 2005, May 19th to be exact. And so this was actually the first ever PG-13 Star Wars film. The rest had been rated PG. Of course, the rating systems were a lot different back then.
In the 80s, PG-13 was like full nudity. Like,
exactly. It's
crazy.
Crazy. This movie featured the longest duel in Star Wars history. And so that was the one that featured Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker on Mustafar. This epic scene that was brought to life by the music of John Williams as well. You know?
Good old John Williams.
Yeah.
JW.
God bless. And so this movie featured over 2,000 visual effects shots. And so it was one of the most heavy visual effects movies of all time there.
Yeah.
Chewbacca made a cameo, and Hayden Christensen actually got to put on the Vader suit at the very end of the movie, which was amazing. I got to go watch the anniversary of this movie at the theaters just back in May, and it was incredible just to kind of experience that on the big screen again. But you know, out of the prequels, this one was by far my favorite, and it also was the highest grossing one. It raked in $868 million worldwide, and it was the biggest top box office hit of 2005 and the most successful of the prequels. So there you go.
It was awesome. Do you think this was the darkest one?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Just because you have Order 66 and you have the kids in the temple. Master Skywalker, what do we do?
I hate that scene. Oh, It's so sad.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, whew, that's my top blockbuster movie.
I love it. Oh, this was fun. We had a good list.
Yeah.
Even though we had some, it shows you guys that we're legit. We don't tell each other what we're gonna do.
Yep.
But I knew some of the things would probably cross over, so that's why I had a backup list to go to.
Absolutely.
Woo! I had to work on that. Oh, and then before we go, Billy, let's talk about our favorite snacks at the movie theater.
Absolutely.
I mean, first we got to start with the basics: popcorn, right?
Absolutely.
Not only popcorn, but it has to have butter, but it has to have layered butter, right? Are you a layered butter guy as well?
Okay, so I might sound like a psycho, and it's just because of like my weight loss journey and stuff. If I splurge with the popcorn, I don't put popcorn butter on it. And I know that's like sacrilege to some folks, but yes, you need to have, if you do it right, you need to have layers. And I did see this really cool trick because some of them you do it yourself, like you have the butter, you pump. This one girl had took a straw, and she had taken it, and so she stuck the straw down, pumped like through the straw to get it in different levels of her popcorn, and all the way to the top. Genius hack. Genius. Yes. And so, yeah, that was.
So okay, layered popcorn. We both agree. Taking out your health journey or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not for the skinny people out there. I mean,
no, I'm okay. Yeah, and I know, but for me to be able to have popcorn, I'll do it without butter. But I appreciate
the layered butter.
I do miss the old butter.
Okay, but so you're there. It's opening night. Are you getting popcorn? Are you getting popcorn in one of the commemorative buckets? Are you the bucket
it depends
guy?
on the movie. Yes, I get. There are. I'm just trying to look behind me right now.
You have some behind you, don't you?
Yeah, I see a Captain America one just like right over here. There's a couple that are within screen.
Is your BB-8 a bucket?
No, that one he's a actual robot.
Okay.
He's a remote control robot. But I do have a BB-8 popcorn bucket up there on the other side that you can't see off screen.
Okay.
Yeah, there's quite a few bucket. Superman, if they're still there, one of those buckets will be coming home with me.
Oh, I'll definitely get Superman.
Yep.
Hey, we're going on July 8th before they better have some buckets.
They better have it because it is literally 3 days before the movie comes out to everybody else. And so
that's true.
We're going to the earliest public screening that was possible. So
yeah. I've also been a guy to get a hot dog from time to time, but my son, I sit next to my son. He's like, you smell like beef like the whole time. I'm like, dude, it's a beef hot dog. Or nachos.
That's what I was about to say. I love nachos, but I'm like, I need to have jalapenos. And not only do I need to have jalapenos, I need to have at least one huge jalapeno per chip, like the balance. And so I usually have to order like extra. And I'm like, when I say extra, like I will pay for extra jalapenos. I want you to load me up with I will eat jalapenos by themselves. Like, I don't care if I have to pay for them. I'm not trying to like, hey man, just, I'll pay for it, but I need to have those jalapenos, but get that old yellow cheese and something about the cheap cheese and nachos and
the cheese that God knows what it is. And then I mean, obviously there's a variety of candies you can have. You know, I've been known to get some candy from time to time.
Oh, we go, but we don't buy the candy at the movie theater. But Mike and Ike's and hot tamales, those are my go-to candies.
I love Mike and Ike's, yeah.
And then also a big time movie candy for me, those snow caps.
Oh yeah, the snow caps, yeah.
Snow caps. And so those are my big three movie time candies.
Also I can get down with a soft pretzel.
Oh yeah. Chloe, every time.
Classic. But now the movie theaters have everything. Like this one we go to, it's not like we've been to the ones that they come serve you, but this one, I mean, they have like pizza, they have like chicken fingers, wings. Like it's insane the amount of food they have now.
Yep. So, we're having full dinner when we go see Superman. Like the ones that They recline and they have a table that kind of sits down, and they'll bring it.
I know, Billy.
They bring it to your chair. You tell them what your chair is, and so that's also a really good thing. Like I like having a reserved seat. Like I know that I'm gonna be front and center. Like not front because I don't like to be super close, but like I'm centered and like I don't have to kind of like run like full speed of general admission kind of. Like I have a assigned seat because at our theater
we have are assigned. You buy them assigned.
That would make me so much more or less stressed. The only assigned seats that we have at our Tuscaloosa theater are the D-box kind that move.
Oh yeah.
With the thing, and so anytime a big Marvel movie comes out, like Fantastic Four, I'll be buying a D-box one because it's a cool experience anyway. Of course, I'm paying double the price of the actual movie. But I know where my seat is.
Yeah.
So I don't have to stress when you're queued up in that line waiting to go in.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, when I was younger and we first were married and when they re-released the Star Wars films, you remember that back in the day?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They released them all and they added a couple scenes and everything.
Yep.
I was dead center. I'd run in, get that center spot right in the middle. That was a big deal. Now, as I'm older and have my own issues, I always get an aisle seat. I'm always on the aisle.
Oh, you're on the aisle. I'm still middle. Yeah, I'm still middle.
I do still do the aisle. That's just how I roll. But that's a whole nother podcast for all my anxiety stuff. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our look back at the movies. I hope you guys felt like you were in the movies again. And as always on social media, like Billy shares, we'd love for you to share some of your favorite Blockbuster movies, your favorite snacks at the movies, and all the fun things that go with that. So thanks again for joining us for one of our amazing summer series. Stay tuned for some more. And we can't wait to see you next time for another amazing episode of All the Everything Podcast. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, y'all.